What's up everybody, it's Robin Gaming here. So it's time to do the Ubisoft preview for E3. Now I think out of pretty much like all the press conferences, Ubisoft is probably gonna be the most predictable one, as in we already know a lot of the games they're gonna show. They'll probably have a couple of surprises, they do that every year and stuff, but as far as games go, you know, I really think that most of the games we're gonna see, that just like with EA, are already pretty much set in stone, so there's not a whole lot to predict here. They did actually already say though that they're gonna at least change up kind of like the way they do their conferences a little bit. I don't know if you knew about this, but like Ubisoft used to do these really bad E3 press conferences like pretty much in a row, you know, year after year they would have press conferences with certain hosts and everything that people did not receive very well. They couldn't quite get it right, which kind of came to a complete down point, I guess, with Mr. Caffeine Man and like, what was that, 2010 or something like that, maybe 11, and then the year after they finally had the Aisha Tyler one, which was received like decently well, so they pretty much were kind of scared to ever go back after that point, which is why we've gotten the same kind of show for so many years. You know, it's good to see that they're finally actually gonna switch things up. They're gonna have more developers on stage apparently, so they're taking a kind of new direction with their show, which is you know, which is good to see. There's not gonna be any Aisha Tyler this year. So yeah, anyway, let's actually get into the games, right? I think pretty much if we're talking about the two biggest games that they're going to be talking about, obviously Assassin's Creed Origins and Far Cry 5. Assassin's Creed Origins has not officially been revealed yet, but we all kind of know it's coming. Going to be taking place in Egypt. We've seen the screenshots being leaked and stuff. What are we going to see here? Well, we're going to see a reveal trailer that will talk some more about the story and stuff. The game is most likely, I think, coming out at the end of this year. That seems pretty obvious to me, seeing as Far Cry is going to be 2018. And the way they're going to also revealed is of course with gameplay. I think Ubisoft really has learned their lesson there. A lot of people in the past complained at them for always releasing these CGI trailers for their games, so the new Assassin's Creed Origins, yeah, will take place in Egypt. We'll see the gameplay reveal, hopefully, and the same is going to count for Far Cry. We'll actually see that they're going to also kind of have improved on the gameplay a little bit. Maybe look at the core mechanics from the previous games in the series, change those up a little bit so that it's not only going to be, you know, a different setting, but hopefully also a bit of new gameplay, something that will switch things up. You know, even although I really don't expect it, you know, I really hope that they've looked in the way that, you know, people now know the traditional Ubisoft open world game. Everybody talks about that, right? It's the typical open world game with side quests and with collectibles all over the map. I hope they just looked at that and for once decided that, you know, maybe that's not needed and just try something new with Assassin's Creed. Yeah, and really focus on quality rather than quantity, but we're gonna have to wait and see with that. I personally don't really, you know, think that's gonna happen, but that would be cool for me to see. But at least they could kind of like, you know, improve on maybe the parkour mechanics or the combat, give that a complete new twist, so that it's not only going to be the setting that will be different. Now the same will be counting for Far Cry 5, like I said. Game already got officially revealed, so they could get that out of the way. Gonna take place in America with the Christianity cult or whatever that's gonna happen. We're gonna see gameplay there too, of course. That game is coming out in the beginning of 2018, in February I think, so really there's not a whole lot to say about it, except for I hope the same thing with Far Cry 5 as I do with Assassin's Creed. Hopefully they will simply improve a bit more on the gameplay as well, add some different things there, so it's gonna feel fresh again for the people that have already played so many games of them, because yeah, you can already see by the number, it's Far Cry 5 by now. Not only that, they've also had spin-off games, and the exact same obviously counts for Assassin's Creed. There have been so many games of these that I hope they're gonna do something fresh for that. Apart from that, we're gonna see, of course, the new The Crew game apparently. I don't have too much to add on that. I didn't play the original, but heard it was kind of, you know, received in a mixed way. Like, it had its core community that really enjoyed it, so I guess The Crew 2 really is meant for those people in particular, but yeah, can't say too much about that. South Park, I'm not sure when it's coming out. I think that's still scheduled for this year. But actually it might be better if that gets delayed, because I feel like South Park is the type of game that needs to come out in the beginning of the year when it's a little more quiet. Except for, you know, or like, I mean, contrary to releasing in the later months of the year where you're gonna have your, you know, massive AAA third-party games coming out, like the Call of Duties and, you know, the typical shooters and everything like that. So I think that it would be best for the game that it would actually get delayed. late. But yeah, we're gonna see, of course, new gameplay for that. We already did last year, so I'm not predicting, like, I'm not expecting too much of difference with that one. Apart from that, so these are pretty much the 4 games that we're definitely gonna see, because they've already kind of been pretty much confirmed, or at least leaked in a way. So apart from that, yeah, Ubisoft will be showing off a new IP, which is kind of looking to be a space game. They actually hinted towards it in Watch Dogs 2. They showed some quick teaser footage. You were hacking into the Ubisoft offices, you could get a sneak peek at that new IP, and they also showed it in a new trailer that they recently released about E3. We're gonna see exactly what that's going to be. It reminded me a lot about No Man's Sky, but I'm sure it's gonna be a better game quality-wise than No Man's Sky, so let's hope for that. And I think that it would be really cool to see maybe a new Splinter Cell game revealed. I think it's been quite a while, like 2013, since the last one came out. That could also kind of be tied in with the Microsoft press conference. I would really not be surprised about that, because Splinter Cell has had kind of like a relationship with Xbox in a way, because Conviction, I think, was like an exclusive game back in 2010. So I could really see that game. I'm not saying it's going to be an exclusive, but I could see that game actually maybe being revealed on Microsoft stage as well. But that is, of course, a Ubisoft game. So if there's going to be a new Splinter Cell game, then yeah, we're going to see it either at Ubisoft or Microsoft. But I think there's definitely a big possibility of that happening. Now, this is pretty much all that you know, I think it's likely to be shown. Apart from that, I would really hope that we're gonna see a sequel to Rayman Legends. That would really make the show for me, because I'm a big fan of that game, and I would love to see a sequel to Rayman actually being announced. I don't think it's that likely. And some people have been talking about, for example, a new Prince of Persia game. I never really played a Prince of Persia myself, which I kind of regret. Like, I feel like it's a series I would really enjoy, because I like the kind of, like, you know, third-person action-adventure slash platforming game. So I think that would be awesome to see that being revived, but I don't think the chances are too likely for that. And then there is still, of course, Beyond Good and Evil 2, which people have been asking for I feel like, what, 5 or 10 years or something like that. It's absolutely crazy. But there have recently been rumors again that it could actually happen. So we're gonna simply have to wait and see. Rayman, Prince of Persia, Beyond Good and Evil are not really the type of games that I think have a high chance of actually happening. But yeah, you know, what we're really gonna see here is Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, the new The Crew game, South Park, that new IP that they're gonna do, and then hopefully also something like a new Splinter Cell game. That's pretty much it. Like I said, it's a little predictable and stuff. I'm still looking forward to it, because I personally am looking forward to seeing new stuff from mainly Assassin's Creed, because I'm still, you know, I'm still a fan of the series, I would say. I really enjoyed some of the games that came out, and some a little less. Far Cry, you know, Far Cry is gonna be hopefully a really cool game. I like the setting so far, so I'm looking forward to that. The new IP I'm definitely interested in as well a lot. And then, yeah, let me know pretty much your thoughts about the Ubisoft press conference. Are you looking forward to it? What do you personally expect? Did I miss any of the games that you think are definitely going to be shown or something? And then with that being said, my Sony preview should be coming up very soon, so look forward to that. That's going to kind of, like, I guess, round up the previews. And then, yeah, E3 is very close. So thanks a lot for watching. Leave a quick like to help support my channel, and I hope to see you again next time.